Hello and welcome back to day 15 of the N8N series. In the last couple of videos, we have seen how do we generate images and videos, along with analyzing those generated images and videos. And one additional thing with regards to video was to download a video. In today's video, let's see how do we analyze an audio, and along with it, we will also transcribe an audio. All of this using Google Gemini, because this week is all about Google Gemini. So without making you wait any further, let's get started. Again, it's much similar to what we have seen so far. We just have to go here, search for Gemini. So we have an audio option here. So just click on that. And right now, I think it's got connected here. Let's remove this connection and get this over here. Let's go inside, and we are using the same account which has a billing account linked to it. And the resource this time is audio instead of image or the video, which we tried in the last two session. And operation is analyze audio. We also have transcribe a recording, which we will explore in a while. So model, we can use 2.5. Again, it can be Flash or Pro based on your requirement. Let's go with Pro. And text input is basically the prompt. What's in this audio, right? So that's what we can ask for. Or if you want any specific thing from audio, you can do that as well. Now, input type is audio URL or binary file. Let's try with audio URL. And URL needs to go here. In one of the previous videos, I showed you how do we put the URL from Google Drive. So likewise, let's put the audio file also from Google Drive. So I'll show you again. So we have this particular link. We have to copy this link. Get over here, put this. And the ID, right? ID needs to change of any file that you want to use on Google Gemini. It could be an image, it could be a video, it could be audio. Any file that you want to download from Google Drive. Of course, it needs to be publicly accessible, and that's when you can use this method. And let's get the ID of the audio file that we want to process here. So this is a file that we have for testing out our audio thing. So I'll go to open in new tab. And so it's a song basically. Let me play it for a short while. Okay, the song, I hope most of you know the song. And now I'm copying the ID, which is after the slash and until /view. So I'm going to take this ID from here, come back and paste it over here after ID equals to, right? So what this does is it actually downloads the file and makes it accessible for the N8N automation that we are trying to do. Okay, so let me click on execute step. And while that's happening, let me show you what are the options available. So it's just the length that we have. And like I mentioned previously, 300 or even 600 wouldn't work. Okay, and that's why we either leave it blank or we use 1000. As you can see, we have got the output which says the audio contains the song Believer by Imagine Dragons. Now you could ask more details like what is the first two lines in this audio, and let's execute step. And there you go. So the output says the first two lines of the lyrics are, first things first, I must say all the words in my head. So you can ask anything with regards to a particular audio, and it gives you the output. That's about analyze the audio. Now let's see how do we transcribe an audio file. Again, I have to go to Gemini first and then use transcribe. And here's the option. So we'll select the same account which has a billing account connected. The resource is audio, and this time the operation is transcribe a recording. Model, we will go with 2.5 Pro, which is with a dash. And input type can be audio URL or binary. We've already seen how both of this works in image and video, so I'll not get into the binary file. If you want to use binary file, then you will have to get it in your previous step as a file and then use it as a data, right? In this case, we are directly going to give the URL, and the URL is going to be the same as we have used here. So let me come here and use the same URL. For the options available, we have start time and end time. So we will look at that. Before that, let me execute this step. It takes some time because it has to transcribe the entire audio, but not as long as generating the video. And there you go. So we have got it. As you can see, the first things first, I must say all the words inside my head and all of it, right? So it's available over here. It also gives you a lot of other details, right? And now if you want specifically from a particular starting point, then you could use it like 0015, which means 0th minute, 15 seconds. And if you need a particular end time, something like 0115, then you could do that as well. So when you give specific times, it will transcribe between those times only. And there you go. So being the way that things have been right, so it is coming from 15 seconds to 1 minute 15 seconds, and that's what we have got here. Now there could be multiple use cases. If you have got some audio message from someone, you could analyze it, and it could also be to respond back. Or if you have got a recording from your client explaining about what they're looking for or anything of that sort, you could transcribe it as well. So use cases could be very different. That's completely left to what you are into, right? So we teach you how these functions work, and we are looking forward for you to use these functions or features in your day-to-day automations. And we would love to hear from you. What did you automate using these functions? And that's how you can use audio functionality with Google Gemini on N8N. I hope this was helpful. And if it was helpful, I would request you to share this with at least one another person so that they can learn something new via you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.